Welcome back to another episode of Bromance. I'm Ryan, and today we had the fellas on. We had PJ, Mike, we had Kevin, and we had Brenda on. We did a draft. The draft topic was best superpowers. We then moved on to recapping all the teams along with them, and then we finished with questions from the people. I said it a few times in the podcast, but I know not everyone watches the whole thing through, but I'll say it here. Nutmeg is having their playoffs tomorrow. We will be having a live stream along with commentary. So tomorrow is actually today, Wednesday, when I'll be posting this. And this weekend on Saturday, we will be having the Turkey Takedown 2. Shout out to everyone that is coming up / down to it. We will be having another live stream, and we will be having commentary on it. We will be having face cams, and we'll be having a score bug as well. That is it, though. I hope you guys enjoy the episode. Welcome back to another episode of Bromance. I'm Ryan, and today we got the fellas on. We got Brenda, PJ, Mike, and we got Kevin. Fellas, how we doing?
Good. Another were you guys off today? I don't think you were, right, Brenda?
No, I have to work. It's annoyed, but it's all good.
Yeah, I was working.
Oh, damn.
I also worked, but I was off Friday and Monday. So like today's Tuesday. It feels like Monday, but like tomorrow is Nutmeg playoffs.
A nice 4-day weekend. That's nice though.
Yep. So we got Nutmeg playoffs tomorrow. #ad if you want to watch a stream. Go check out my YouTube channel. Tomorrow at 6 o'clock, we'll be streaming with commentary. And then Matt and Shannon are flying in Friday. So yeah, pretty short week for me. Can't complain.
Yeah, love that.
Yeah. No. What did you guys do this weekend? Any good plans?
What did I do? Oh, I had a race this weekend. That was good.
Ooh. Oh, was this this was the 10K, right?
The 10K, yeah. But I
Nice.
foolishly went day drinking the day before, which I never do. But it actually worked out pretty well. I still did pretty decent. But that's all I did. I just went day drinking Saturday, and then I ran a 10K the next day. So that was fun. That's about it.
Something light. Just a nice, easy 10K.
Yeah. I mean, it was in my hometown. I was like, you know what? Even if I don't do well, it's so easy to get to. Let me just go. But it
Was
turned
this
out
like a turkey trot, or it was just like a random November race?
just like a random November race. I actually don't do turkey trots, which is weird because I feel like everybody does turkey trot, but I've never done a turkey trot. But I don't know. I'm not into them.
I haven't ran a road race in, I think, like 7-8 years, something like that.
You'd be fast, Ryan.
I used to run back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're good at it.
Yeah. How about you guys? You guys do anything this weekend?
I played what'd you do, Kevin?
Sorry. I was watching The Conjuring with my girlfriend. That was fun.
Oh, wait, the new one? They came out with another one, right? Okay.
I think the 4. Yeah, I never watched the 1 and 2, but I watched the 4th one. That was nice.
I feel like The Conjuring is almost like the Fast and Furious of the.
I just never.
the
I was just about
genre.
to say, how many do they have now? 5?
4.
Yeah, I feel like they have a lot of them. I don't know. It feels like more than 4 though, because I feel like almost every other year they're like, all right, here's another one.
But it's
Yeah.
based on true stories. So, if you go to Philadelphia, you can see
But
that.
then they have spin-offs too. They have The Nun, I think Annabelle. They're all the same creators or something. But
Yeah, the stories.
Did you go to the movie theaters in person, or is this something you bought on demand?
No, well, Plex, my girlfriend's brother, he has a Plex server, and then he posted in there, and then it was nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time I've been to the movies.
When did I go? I probably watched a Disney movie or something last year, but yeah, I really don't go.
Yeah. All right, guys, let's get right into the draft. Are we ready?
ready.
Okay.
I think so.
Draft topic, best superpowers. You guys are my guests. Brenda, you are female. You will go first. And then who wants to go second?
Thank you for noticing, Ryan. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm glad I'm going first because this was like always my favorite like power growing up or superpower that I would want to have. It has to be like telekinesis, moving things with your mind. It's gotta be that. Were you
Oh
gonna
my
pick that, Mike?
God, damn it.
Damn, Brenda wants to be Matilda.
Oh,
Literally, yeah, yeah.
fuck.
But that's gotta be my first pick.
That's a good one. Had on my board. All right, who wants to go second?
Like, you want to go?
All right. Yeah, you can go, Kev. You can go.
I'll choose flying. It's pretty basic, but I think the concept of flying is really nice. Um, you don't have to pay for airline fares or anything like that, so that's nice. Plus, I think it's the most convenient out of all of them. Um, because you could do it any time of the day compared to I think other superpowers you kind of need other stuff. Just because flying is an ability that you have, I think it's really nice to have.
That's
All
a good
right.
one.
Fair.
That's
That's fair.
I'm gonna go. The first one I'm gonna go with is time travel
Ooh.
and like
oh
controlling time.
damn.
I didn't even think about that one. That's good.
And I don't know. I feel like it's just super good because I feel like we all make mistakes where we feel like we would want to go back and maybe change something. But it's also like a double-edged sword because you don't really know what's gonna happen if you change something. So I don't know. I think I think it's pretty good though. I think it's pretty good.
It's kind of like have you watched Click?
Yes, it's exactly like Click. But I feel
Uh,
like just like Click, it's a very double-edged sword when you do that stuff.
I like it.
It's a good one. That was my 1 and 2. All right. So I should have said this in the beginning, but this is a 3-round snake draft. So for my first pick, I will go with teleportation. As a truck driver, I sit in traffic and I'm always like, bro, it'd be so sick if I can just be where I have to be right now instead of sitting in this traffic.
That's a good one.
So that's an easy one for me. The next one, I will go with telepathy. So I I would go with telepathy because on the dodgeball court, I could always know what people are thinking. And also I feel like everyone's a little nosy. So
Yeah.
that was a good one.
all right, back to PJ Mike.
All right. I'm gonna go with yeah, I'm gonna go with the tried and true one. I'm gonna go with super strength with the addition though that it's also your body is strengthened though too. So like you don't just like blow up when you do something. So and I feel like that's just so it's generic, but it's so useful in any kind of day-to-day thing. So yeah, that's why I'm gonna go with my second one.
Wait,
It's a
Mike, you're
good one.
already strong.
I'm not that strong.
I don't know.
All right, Kevin, next.
Um, if it's pertaining to dodgeball, I think ability to shrink yourself or like make yourself bigger, I think that will be a really good advantage. Just because you can, I think, dodge fast. Plus, if you want to get a catch, you can always like grow bigger. I think that's a nice ability. Kind of like Ant-Man.
The good one. All
Yep.
right, Brenda, last 2.
I'm gonna go with shooting fireballs. Like picture like a Liu Kang, just like shooting fire.
Oh, like pyrokinesis.
I guess is that a thing?
Yeah, that's I think that's what most people would probably call it, pyrokinesis.
Oh,
It's like
all right.
controlling
There's a
fire.
word for it. Yeah, so like just shooting out fireballs, something like that.
Arsonist.
Nice.
And then I pick again.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know the superpower, but I would love the ability to like breathe underwater and just be like a fish for a day and
Oh,
explore the ocean, see what's going on. Or not a fish,
okay.
like a mermaid, probably be better. But like, I would love to be able to do that.
That'd be pretty sick until you run into a shark or you go into like the deep ocean. And I feel
Yeah,
like the deep ocean has to be like the scariest parts of this entire like world.
yeah. Well, the fact that we don't know, like, I think what is it? We know 10% of the ocean, some shit like that. The
Yeah.
fact that we don't know 90%, like, I want to know. So I would just do that for like a day and see what's down there.
Yeah, she's gonna find the Loch Ness monster down there somehow.
I probably wouldn't even come back. I'd probably die in the ocean. Let's be real about it. But it'd be cool to go out that way.
All right, let's go back to Kevin. Last pick.
Um, last pick. Hmm. I would say something like Flash. What's that? Super speed.
Super
Okay,
speed,
super
yep.
speed.
Yeah. You can dodge around a little bit. You can just go get groceries while you're working or something like that. I think that would be nice.
I like
It's a
that.
good one. I like that. All right, PJ Mike, last pick.
Um, I want to go with, I would say like controlling matter, like what it can change into, like what it is, stuff like that. I don't know if that would be, it's not the same as telekinesis, but it could almost be like telekinesis. Um, I don't know. I just feel like that would be very useful because you could kind of just do whatever you want at
Have
that
you
point.
seen the series Invincible?
Yes.
Yes, the girl from there, she does it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah, kind of like Adam Eve, yeah.
that'll be nice.
All right. I'm deciding between two right now. I feel like I'm gonna go with invisibility because no one picked it. But I was also thinking about like manipulation. Like it didn't that's what they did in Click 2, right? The
Wh-
movie?
Um, what do you mean
Manipulating
by
time, I guess.
manipulation?
Yeah, what do you mean?
Like convincing someone to do something, I guess.
Oh, like mind manipulation then I guess?
Yeah, like mind manipulation. Like, hey,
Okay.
throw me this beach ball on the dodgeball
Oh,
court. I'm still
okay.
not
All
gonna
right.
catch it, but I'll try.
That's
But
pretty good.
yeah, so that is our draft. Good topic. I forget who picked up a good topic. Comment down below or vote on it on the Instagram tomorrow. Sometime tomorrow I'll have it up. We've been getting a lot of votes, so that is cool. Um, and yeah, let's move right on to the recap of semi-pro teams. So we will start from bottom to top. I will save you guys for last. We will start with Squabble Up and work our way up the draft. I'm sorry, not the draft, the teams. Brenda, why don't you start?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, well, Scrabble Up. I think that was the one of like the two or three teams we didn't get to play in October. But my opinion, they're one of the funner teams. I'm close with a lot of people on that team, so yeah. I mean, I know I wish I could have seen them a little bit more in October, but overall, like I think everybody did a really good job on that team. Like, I want to shout out like Kyle, Allison's team, Sticky Hands. But I don't know. Some things I noticed too. Like a lot of times when like Randy or Taylor would get out, like I would always notice like Kyle would try to step up and like run the team, and I saw that a lot from Katie too, and she just joined the team. So I like the willingness that people were able to like just jump right into it if they needed to. So solid team. Um, I had a fun time playing against them.
I muted myself. PJ Mike.
Um, yeah, I mean I like everybody on the team. I will say I think I feel like Taylor wasn't there quite a few tournaments, right? Or am I missing that?
I
I feel
think he
like he
missed
was there.
three.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, so we didn't really say Taylor too much. We didn't really face Squabble Up too much because of the
Yeah.
way of like the elo and the rankings. But I think they're a pretty good team. I think the one thing, and I think a lot of people do it, is just like losing ball control. I've seen them be like up by quite a bit and then they lost ball control and then they lose a game. So, but I think they're a really good team besides that though. And I think all of them can kind of just step up and lead the team if they need to. So, yeah, I think just overall very good team.
Definitely.
Evan?
Yeah, like Brenda said, Squabble Up is one of the team that we usually play, even on court. LI kick and stuff like that. I think they had really great opportunity to come up to the playoffs multiple times, and overall, I think their team is good. There are some I think issues with like the overall ball control, like Mike said, that they had. But I think, but they did a great job playing. And I know Kyle's like a great motivation when you're on court. He always gives you tips on how
Yeah,
you
really
play, and
positive.
it's very positive and really helps you understand what you're doing and how you should move on playing a dodgeball. But yeah.
Those are all good points. I think out of all the teams, that's like the one team that everyone was like, I think that they should have played this way or the other way. They're definitely the most volatile, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, on to the next team. Kevin, why don't you start with Ace of Spades?
Yeah, I think the first couple of tournaments that I played with Ace of Spades, I was like, wow, this team is really stacked. But I feel like over the tournament, a lot of people just stopped playing, or not playing, but like coming to the tournament. So I feel like that was a little disadvantage for Ace of Spades, just not having enough players to play on court. But they did win, I think, one of the tournaments, and overall, I think they're a really good team. Justin's a really good player too. Also Bo. They're great leaders, and I think that team was a really nice team. And I wish we played them more. I know we missed one. I missed two, I guess. But I wish I played more with them or against them. But yeah.
PJ and Mike?
Yeah, I would kind of say they're one of the teams that a lot of people stopped showing up for. So I mean obviously they have other tournaments to go to or other obligations, but I remember I think it was September. I don't know if it was September or August, but that was where they barely were able to scrape the team together. That happened to us too, but and I think Bo was injured for one or two tournaments, something like that. Yeah, and I would also say like they're not the most volatile like in terms of ball control, but I noticed that sometimes they let their emotions kind of get to them and they did lose ball control in that way sometimes. But I think overall just they are a strong team. I think Justin can kind of pick up the slack in terms of leadership, making play calls and stuff, but I did notice that there was squabbling between them and sometimes maybe arguments and that might have brought down team morale. But I think besides that, they were a very good team.
Yeah, I agree. And I won't add too much stuff because I think this is like my fifth recap of all the teams. So I've said plenty and I want to save stuff for you guys. But I will say that they did use their celebrity player and they won that tournament, to Kevin's point. And then to your point, Mike, they did have a lot of players that would travel. Like, for example, like Bo travels a lot, Quan travels, Justin Thomas travels, like they just went to API. So they were dealing with like injuries. Like Bo had one tournament where he didn't throw overhand at all. It was just underhand.
Yeah,
And
I noticed that.
We're seeing that, yeah.
yeah, so just one of those teams. Unfortunately, there probably wasn't the season that they're looking for.
Yeah.
Brenda?
Yeah, I mean, they kind of touched on everything. I mean, Bo and Quan, they kind of speak for themselves, but I'm trying to remember the girls. Oh, Quinn, I wanted to talk about. She's somebody like she catches anything and she doesn't even like look like she's paying attention. She's just like there. And I'm just like, it amazes me every time. So I definitely want to give her a shout out. She's so fun to watch play. Who else is somebody? Oh, Pat is another one. Super underrated. He cooks. When he's cooking, man, I don't want to be across from him or anything. So yeah.
Yeah, Pat is a cooker.
He is, and he just does it so like it's almost like effortlessly. It's like annoying, and I'm just like, all right, Pat, just fucking cooking everybody. But yeah, I mean, kind of like you guys said, like I know they had like injuries and like I think attendance was a big one too. But other than that, solid team. I think we only versed them. We didn't verse them that much actually. I feel like we only versed them like four
Mm.
times.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
Sounds right.
I don't think so.
that's a team that like I definitely enjoyed versing. I wish we could have versed them more, but
Same. They had a lot of fun players on that team.
yeah.
All right, PJ, Mike, talk about impact. Roast us.
Um, I don't really think there's too much to roast about. I was trying to remember like how much we actually faced you guys, and it looks like we only faced you guys one, two, three, four out of the seven tournaments.
Yeah, we didn't play each other a
I think
lot.
so. Yeah, so I feel like, well, at least when you were versing us, you guys kind of kept ball control. You just had like solid coordination. I mean, I think you ended up beating us three out of the four times, and the one time was a tie. So, um, yeah, I mean, I just think you guys were a solid team. I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys all play together too a lot, right? So that probably helps.
So Sean and I play a lot. Nate and I have played in the past before, along with Ashley. But everyone else, obviously Tree too, because she was on charter last year. But everyone else is pretty
Hmm.
new. A lot of them are from Nutmeg. So my goal was to try and get as many Nutmeg people as we could with work on chemistry and stuff. Ideally,
Yeah,
that was the plan. It didn't really work out that way, just with attendance, I guess. But yeah.
yeah. No, but I thought you guys did pretty. I thought you guys were really good. I mean, I think it's just a solid team overall.
Yeah. All right, Brenda.
Yeah, impact. I'm trying to remember everybody really quick. Yeah, so same thing like Mike said, very solid team. I enjoyed playing against you guys. I remember Tree was very good at blocking. She was somebody like I tried not to throw at because she was just blocking. It was very like clean too. So she was somebody I didn't want to like throw at. But another person too, Jeans. I thought he was very good at dodging, very good catcher. He was somebody I didn't want to throw at. So who else? Nate. He's another one underrated. I think he has a good arm. Ashley has a great arm too. So like you guys were definitely solid. I think, unfortunately you guys were one of those teams where attendance and injury was a really big factor. But I give you guys credit though. You still like shut up and did what you have to do. And credit to you, Ryan, because I know it's hard to like deal with all that and still run a team. And I think you did that well. So credit to you.
Appreciate it. Yeah, Tree's probably, I won't even say probably. I think Tree is by far like my best female teammate like ever to have.
Yeah. Yeah. She's someone I hope to play with in the future, actually. But
All right, Kevin.
Yeah, like Meg said, I don't think we played you guys a lot, but I mostly watched you guys play against other teams, and I always noticed how you and I believe you corners Ashley, right?
For the most part, yep.
Yeah, Ashley, and in the middle, I think it's Nathan. You guys really do a good job, and just having ball control, I think really good calls, and you do a great job of like maintaining the pace of the game. Um, One other player, I think Carlos is really nice. He, I think, dodges and also can throw pretty good in the mid. Sorry, someone's calling me.
You're good.
Yeah. I haven't seen Sean the last game. Was he there? I wasn't sure. He was not there,
No.
right? Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Triana's really good too. Great player. Really good throws. I think overall, Derek too. Derek's amazing. It's just I think sometimes we do I guess target Derek a little bit when we have because he's a really good player, so we kind of have to. So overall, your team is really good. I think the times I played you, I always think like, oh damn, how do I get Ryan out or how do I get the corners out because your corners are like the really good foundation out of your team. And then once that's down, I think it's easier to tackle the other players. But it's always really hard to get you guys out. But that's I guess like that's your strength as a team.
I appreciate that. So like my draft strategy other than drafting nutmeg players is let me figure out like corners. So I started the franchise with Tree, Ashley, and Sean. So I feel very confident in all three of them playing corner. So I know I've like all very good ball blockers between the four of us. And then I was like, all right, who's good without a ball? So if we're on defense, we're playing three ball defense, like cool. You're throwing at someone who has a ball, who is a good ball blocker, and you're just burning a ball every time. You're not getting anyone out, or you're throwing at someone who's a catcher. So like that's why I drafted Jeans, and that's why I was able to draft Eric. Have like pick up Angel. I had Cole for like 2 tournaments. So like the goal was to always try and maintain ball control, unless it was late in a game and I felt like we're up numbers. And I call that organized ball control, like organized chaos, I guess. Like, hey, if we're up like 4-2 and we have 4 balls, I don't care about throwing 3 balls at someone, especially at that gym. If we get the out, we get the out, and I'm challenging like that last person to beat the whole team. And that's like not demeaning to them. That's like confidence in my team.
Yeah.
And that was the goal throughout the season. But again, it's just who could make tournaments, who couldn't. I won't say the injuries that people had, but there was 3 people on our team with some pretty serious injuries. So like I've said it on the pod, so I'll say it again. But there was one tournament where Sean was in the corner and he was playing left corner, and I'm in the huddle and I'm like, all right, Sean, like everyone who's in front of me is not looking your direction. Like I want you to throw at 4 or 5 or 6. And he's like, yeah, my shoulder, I can't throw like in that direction at all. And I'm like, fuck. So like now that takes away a whole half of the court for the other team. Like they only have to respect the middle and my side. So it's like attendance, injuries, and then just a lot of little things. So
I think I saw you play. I forgot which team it was. You got like a 5v1 or something like that, or 5v2 in your team. Oh, was that last game? I think you posted it. I saw it on Instagram. That was really nice.
Oh, yeah,
that
that was crazy.
Yeah. Oh, do you
that
remember who you played against?
yeah, it was actually it was against Squabble Up, and we talked about it two nights ago. It was a 6v1, and yeah, Randy was talking about it.
That was really good play. I was like really
Yeah.
amazed by that. Yeah.
No, that was dope.
Yeah, thank you. I feel like at that gym it's a lot easier just because you kind of are playing wall ball. And if you're at that front line and you're willing to just go, then you go. But I always tell people like if you're at that front line between the attack line and the center line, I call it no man's land. So like if you're at that line, you need to know what you're doing. It has to be like something organized in the huddle that you made that play call, or you're up front and you're just going. But you can't sit there and think. And yeah, I just at that gym, I'm never at that front line just thinking I could throw a ball. If I miss, it probably throwing straight, it's just rolling back. So I feel like
Yeah.
it's a lot easier at that gym.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, yeah, about that gym, I feel like everyone changed their strategy just because how the return balls are. I feel like there's a lot less aways because balls are not coming to, or you're not getting the possession of the ball after the opponent throws it. So I feel like a lot of teams changed strategy just because of that. I guess like limitation.
I'm also really big on like pump faking, getting people to jump or show their first dodge, and like throwing split throws and creating angles. But at that gym, I'm like, hey, we are never throwing a split because one of those balls is guaranteed to not come back to us. We're just doing kill lefts or kill rights, and you have to trust your weak side, like that they have your back for the 2 or 3 seconds so you can fall back at that gym. But I also did hear that if it's a possibility that we might move it into the back gym, that field hockey area, and just throw up a bunch of nets. So that'll be interesting.
Oh,
Isn't
that's
that turf?
No, in the back, it's like the floor hockey, not field hockey, floor hockey. They have like the giant bleachers. The floor is white, so it's like it's pretty sick.
Oh wait, is that where they do like the roller derby? Is it that area?
I believe so. Yeah, if you
I know what
like,
you're talking about. Oh, that'd be such a huge upgrade. That'd
yeah,
be
and
they have, like,
everything would
nice
totally
bleachers.
change.
Yeah. Oh, that changes the game. Like, yeah, we gotta do that. We gotta.
Yeah, no, that'd be cool. I'm cool. I'm totally cool playing wall ball and making the adjustments. Like I feel like a good team or good players, you really have to adjust to your backgrounds. Like Brenda, I know that you went to Boston, right, for that
Mhm.
USA round.
Yeah.
So there was those 3 courts that you had the nets behind you on one side, but on the other side you had the glass behind you.
Yeah.
And like if you were on defense and you had two balls, it was almost impossible to like make a 2D play where you're just like, hey, we got to hold, or if we throw that ball, like the middle has to lay out for that ball
Yeah.
that's like just rolling around. So it's pretty cool going from one side or to the other. I'm always the type of player, and I'll give out my little secret right now, or one of them. I don't care about burden. Like you can have the first row, we can have first row. It doesn't matter. I always choose side because I want to start on that side where I can just kill the person in front of me with the wall behind them. And if it really comes down to it, either pick up the pace or slow down the pace if it's like 3-2 or whatever, and end against that side. Like so we still get that same side. Like we start on that side and hopefully we finish on that side.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Brenda, why don't you start with sauce?
Sauce. Yeah. Well, I'm thinking of everybody. Okay, yeah. So sauce, they had a rough, what is it? It's October. They had a rough time in October. I think it was only the girls who shut up and Garrett. But they were another team. I think they just like attendance and injuries just was not on their side. But I think the girls really like held their own. Shout out Chrissy. She won like a 1v2. That was very impressive to watch. And then also too, like Johnny and Claire, they were holding their own. Claire kills it in the corner every time. And also too, like they're moms. Like they're super moms. They're playing dodgeball on top of that. Like I give them so much credit. But who else? It was them and Garrett. Yeah, no, we need to talk about Garrett because Garrett had like one of the best attendances, and he's all the way from Boston. Like, I gotta give him credit. Like, it just shows like how committed he is as like a dodgeball player, but also like he's a solid teammate, solid player. Like, I think he deserves so much credit. But I mean, goofy motherfucker. But I hope to play with him. You know, you gotta love Garrett. You gotta love Garrett. Like,
Hit that shit, Garrett.
yeah, hit that shit, Garrett. Oh yeah, we didn't even get to breakdance battle because there was no music. Something happened to the speaker. But hopefully, maybe this weekend. Maybe this weekend. But
Yeah, shout out Garrett. Garrett, I saw Garrett this
shout out
weekend
Garrett.
in Dallas. It was his birthday. We went to Chili's.
Oh, nice.
Almost.
Yep.
But
All right, Kevin.
Sauce. I think beginning when Dylan was there, they were a really strong team. Dylan, Enriquez, Jordan, Chrissy, Garrett, Biggie, Claire, and Janisha, Johnny. I think I don't know why Enriquez stopped coming. I think he was a really great player for their team, especially in mid. Like Enriquez is important. I feel like that was missing for the rest of the season while he was out. Dylan, I know there were some issues, but I think whenever he was there, their team did really good. The last, I think the two that we played against them, they really did a great job. I think Dylan's one of the players that you can always trust the call. He will I think most part make the right call every time. And yeah, like I think they were missing a couple of players during the season, but overall a great team. But yeah, stuff happens, I guess.
So I know Enriquez was dealing with injuries, but he was at Dallas this weekend. He played really well. So shout out Enriquez.
yeah, that too. Like he also lives in Dallas, so I understand like him not being able to get a flight for like a tournament like semi-pro. So I get it.
Flights out of Texas are rough.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
I can imagine.
All right, PJ Mike.
Um, yeah, I mean they kind of covered everything. I mean it was really just kind of an attendance injury thing. I think when everybody was there, they were an extremely strong team. I feel like they had ball control. I mean, you had Jordan who just he had just had spidey hands half the time. So, um, I think the one thing was, sometimes maybe I guess it would be like emotions might get to people. But I think besides that, they played very well when, the team was there. But honestly, shout out to Garrett. I felt the frustration about having, like only half the team show up for the last tournament. So, um, and I think honestly, I think the girls on that team were just crazy. I mean, I saw the 2v1 with Chrissy. I was amazed by that. She really pulled it together in that match. But Yeah, I mean, I think just a solid team. It just sucks that, you know, attendance was so bad for them, but things happen. So,
Yep. Yeah, shout out Garrett again. Like he was on charter last year. He was taken from charter in that expansion draft, still showed up to every tournament. Showed up to every tournament this year. Their first few were a little disappointing. And then they, I believe, made the championship 2 or 3 times. Unfortunately, they didn't win any of them, but they were there. And then that last tournament, a bunch of them unfortunately couldn't show up again. But Garrett was at every single one. So shout out to him. All right, let's move on to Sirius. Kevin, why don't you start with this one?
Serious. I really love playing against them. And one tournament, I actually played with them on their team. Very organized, very accurate in terms of play calls. I think Matt's a really great leader, and he has a very great knowledge on court, and to make like the right calls and everything. But um, very well deserving of the final championship. I think their whole team is really great in terms of knowing the play calls and everything, and also trusting their corners and stuff like that. But Robbie has a great arm. I think Morgan has seen great improvement since like the beginning of this one, and also I guess like last year too. But yeah, overall great team. I really loved playing with them. The one time I played LA Kick, I mean semi pro, but yeah, really great team.
PJ and Mike.
yeah, I mean, I think Robbie was out for quite a few of the tournaments though, I think because of injuries, right?
Yeah.
I think it's something.
Bro
Okay, yeah.
has
So,
sciatica.
yeah, yeah, he has issues with that. But yeah, I think in terms of corners, extremely strong. Him and Ben are just they're uh they're intimidating because their throws are just they're accurate, they're a little bit curved, like, it's a hard throw to anticipate. So, but I think honestly, they were I feel like between them, maybe Shake and Bake, they were probably like the best overall ball control that I noticed. Um, but honestly, yeah, I think just a great time to play against. I feel like it was always an extremely tough team to face just because of their coordination. But yeah, I think, yeah, I really like that team lineup, honestly.
Brenda?
But yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with what Kevin said. Like Matt is a great leader. It doesn't surprise me that he led the team to victory. I think that was their third time, right, making finals, and then finally they got it on their third try, I believe. So I mean, Matt, he was my captain for a mix. We're gonna play again, I think next year. So he's like one of like, in my opinion, one of like the best captains in dodgeball. Like he's one of those guys that's just like very motivating. Like you could like throw a ball and it'll completely miss and it'll still be like great take, and I'll be like, no, it fucking wasn't Matt. But like I know why he's doing it. Like he's just very good at motivating, and like it does help. Like he's like a captain where like your best will always be enough, and that's what you want in a captain. And Matt's really good at that. Who else? Yeah, Morgan. I've also seen a lot of improvement too, like what Kevin said. Her timing with counters, great. I mean, she's also just very smart. Like I play with her in women's, and she's usually our main caller, play caller, sorry. And she always does a great job of that. And I think Morgan is slept on, and I think she's a great player. Love her. And then somebody else I want to talk about is Jessie. I think she had a really good tournament in October. Like I knew she was good, but like I was like really watching her in October. I didn't know she was like that good. She was like catching everything, hitting everything. Like I think she caught me, and I was like 5 feet away. Like I mean, I'm very catchable, but like the way I was like 5 feet away, the fact that she could even catch that close, like it was very amazing. So she's somebody I hope she plays again next year, and I look forward to getting to know her better. But serious, it's a very serious team. I said that before, and I'll say it again. So
Shout out Sirius. A few points I wanted to add there. So yeah, Matt and Morgan, I feel like they're in a lot at the end, and I feel like they won a lot of those. One thing I've really noticed with them too, when they were the last one in, I feel like a lot of the times the guy would be like, "Hey, give me two balls," and then the girl would just have one ball. Matt will give the second ball to Morgan like pretty often, be like, "Hey, if they throw one or two at me, like make that counter," and she will like a lot of the times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
He just
Je-
has like a lot of trust, you know, like
for sure, yeah. Jesse, so shout out Jesse. I played with her at the Philly Ball like 2 years ago, and then we played D League together this past tournament, and I had two very good experiences with her. Shout out her, shout out Zach. Zach was another one that I think missed two tournaments as well as Jesse. But yeah, Jesse, she goes low. She's more than confident. She will catch the ball a bunch of the times. She is not afraid of getting lit up, but that's the risk you take when you go low. Like you're either catching that ball or you're getting lit up. And I think Jesse most of the time catches that ball.
yeah. Fearless. She's fearless.
Yeah, for sure. Give her a lot of props because there's some times where I'm low and I'm like, I really don't want to do this. I hope that the other team is just like, shit, Ryan looks pretty confident. I'm just not going to throw at him. But in reality, I'm low and I'm like, I really hope they don't throw at me here, but I got to look confident. All right, on to the next team. PJ Mike, why don't you start with Invictus?
Yeah, so I feel like at the beginning of the tournaments, I feel like they were more a little bit more chaotic. And I always noticed that obviously Noah was probably the one to keep them under control the most. I think Gio wasn't there for a lot of the tournaments. Was he there for the April one? I forget.
No.
He was
I think he only went to two. I think he only went
He,
to
he was like on vacation for one of them. One of them he couldn't make. He
Mhm.
was hurt for, I think, the last two. So yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, so but yeah, I mean I think Noah really kind of kept the team together. I noticed as time went on, Jacob would really kind of try to make sure that everybody had ball control on the front line and that they were going to do a good play. I noticed that Noah would also try to make sure everybody was doing like active dodging and stuff at the back. And yeah, I think they were obviously they were, basically one of, if not the strongest teams there. And I think it was mainly because of being able to keep that coordination, not get chaotic, and just having good overall skills at the front line, I think too, is just kind of key. But yeah, I think very good team.
extremely controlled team, good ball control, organized. Everyone kept each other in check. They're at the front line. Everyone knew what they're doing. Like no one's looking left or right. Like who's throwing, blah blah blah. But yeah, Brenda.
Yeah. So I think Invictus was one of the most talented team. I think I said that before. But another thing I noticed as like time went on, they're like a team of like all leaders. Like so, like if Noah would get out, like John would take over. If John would get out, Gio would take over when he was there. So like they always had somebody who was there to like lead the team and lead them very well. They all had that experience. So I think that's one of the reasons why they did so well so many times. I think they won what, three back to back, something like that.
Yeah, I think so.
Three. Yeah. Okay. And I think they got in the finals again in October. So like, it doesn't surprise me that how well they did. I do want to shout out Alyssa. I think she's somebody people don't talk about a lot, and I think she deserves to be talked about. She has a killer arm. Like I think throughout the whole semi-pro season, I tried to catch her like three times, and I failed all three times. So I just stopped at that point. I was just like, I'm gonna leave her alone. I just let somebody else deal with her. I just like, she's got a killer arm, and yeah, I'm proud of what she's done. She made USA, and I'm very happy for her. So great team.
Yeah.
Evan.
Yeah, really great team, great roster. I think Noah's a really great leader. Overall, he has great knowledge about court. Even before the other teams throw, he would actually tell you like, oh, they're throwing it away or they're throwing this or whatever. And usually it's pretty accurate. And I think Noah's a really great leader. I play with him on our regular league, and overall, I think he also helped me improve my skills a little bit, just because he will tell you, okay, this is what we need to do, or this is what we did. Just reviewing what we did and going over like what are the best options. And if you even go and talk to Noah, he would tell you like, okay, this is what you did, and then this is what you should be doing. And that is a really great thing that Noah does, and really great player. Another player I want to shout out to is, I think Rennie is their name. I never talked to Rennie before, but she caught a couple of my balls last league, and it was really nice. She's a really great player. I was not expecting. I haven't seen her play that much before, or maybe I haven't noticed it, but really great player. Alan and John, both of them really great arm. I think when we play with Alan, we say like, "Oh, get Alan first," because we know if Alan throws, most of our teammates can get out. John is a great corner, really fun player to play with. But yeah, overall, a really great roster, and yeah, they did deserve a couple of wins.
Totally agree. And I'll shout out Alan. So Alan Alan joined my rec team, I think like a year and a half ago. So I think he's got 4 or 5 seasons now with us. And every single season he's improved. One of the Nutmeg seasons he won MVP. This season he's been killing it. So Alan was a player that used to play a lot of on ball, and he has now started playing off ball. He started playing wing, and now he plays a lot of middle, like whether he has that ball and we can run it away or not. So he's made like leaps and bounds. Like if you watch a video of Alan playing dodgeball like 2 years ago from now, you'd be like, that's not even the same player.
That's amazing. Actually, Alan is somebody I wanted to shout out to. I just forgot until you guys said it. But in October, I tried to catch him because I think it was just me against like 4 of them. I tried to catch him, and I learned very fast that you should never try to do that when you're going up against Alan. So he's got a killer arm, and yeah, I mean, I like playing with Alan. I played with him, Secret Santa, so he's somebody definitely got to keep an eye out for.
I've for again like the last year and a half, I've had him on my team for the most part. But this was probably like 3 years ago when we were doing no sing still at Nutmeg. And he has definitely had my number more often than not. But I did catch him one time, and I caught him like up here, and I just lifted my shirt up like 5 seconds later, and it was like the fattest red mark possible. And I'm like, damn, bro, I don't know if that was worth it.
Yeah, no, I won't. I probably won't ever try that again. Try that again.
One of those players that if he's running downhill on you, like get out of the way.
Yeah,
try to score up, but get out of the way first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
All right, Brenda, and our last team besides your team, Shake and Bake.
Shake and Bake, yeah. We played them twice, I believe, in October, and yeah, solid team. I mean, Andrew Kin, I didn't know who he was until semi-pro. I think who was the other one? Tara's another one I didn't know. I mean, she didn't go to a lot of them, but those two definitely like impressed me a lot. You know, I see why they're USA. Like they were, like Andrew's scary, bro. Like I think I was in the corner. I forgot what month it was, but I was facing him off in corner, and he just like rocked my shit. It didn't even look like he tried. So it's like he's a good player. I mean, Nikki does a great job running the team too. Who else? Oh, the girls. I can't wait to play with them. Amanda, Meredith. I mean, from the beginning of semi-pro till now, I feel like the two of them, they're so like confident now. Like I'm not saying that they weren't, but like I could just see like the confidence build and the improvement is there. And yeah, I look forward to playing with the two of them. And Brian, I'm playing with this Saturday, so I'm excited for that. But solid team. You know, I think they deserve the 2 championships that they won. So.
PJ and Mike.
Yeah, I think Brenda touched on a lot of it, but I noticed too they were one of the teams where when they were up on points, they would definitely play the clock, and it was at that point it was almost like a guarantee they would kind of win at that point once they started playing the clock. I noticed they had extremely good ball control due to that. They had good awareness of the court. Uh, they kind of played to the wall ball, as you said. And I think overall I think they were the second highest team, something like that.
I think they tied, no?
They tied, but they had the tiebreaker, so they actually finished in first.
Okay, yeah. So, but yeah, I feel like they were also one of the more elusive teams. Trying to get everybody out was very hard on that team. But yeah, I think just once they were up on points, it was almost a guarantee that they were gonna win. So it was a very scary team.
Every tournament for them as well, they played very well, except for I believe the last one. That's when you guys knocked them out, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
besides that, like every single tournament, they had a really good showing, which obviously is why they finished in first place and they won that tiebreaker. Yeah, they had 21 wins, three more than the next closest team.
Nice.
Oh. All right, and Kevin.
Yeah, really great team. Brian, Brian F and Nikki. Brian's a really great player. We play him on Mondays, dodgeball. Really great team player. Be on court. Play with him or against him. He's a really great player. Nikki, really great strategist. He knows who to focus on or what to focus on during the game. And whenever he makes a play call, I'm pretty confident on his strategy and everything. Really one of the players that has both experience and skill. This guy jumps all over and then gets everyone out. He's a really great player, and I think his team, him and Andrew. I think I played with Andrew last, or played against him. He was a really great player. Just overall, really great team.
Well said. All right. So we talked about Squabble Up, Ace of Spades, Impact Sauce, Sirius, Invictus, Shake and Bake. Time to talk about your team. So I will start off with some questions, and then we can kind of just go into a general conversation, I guess. But my first question, this one will be for you, Brenda. Actually, this first two. What's the story behind your team's name?
Um, yeah, I think I mentioned this before, but I'll say it again. I was listening to the song "The Phoenix" by Fall Out Boy on a plane, and I was just like, you know what, that'd be a really cool name for a team. And I also thought like, I could probably make a really cool jersey based off of Phoenix, and my favorite color is red. So a lot of went into it. I also like fire, not to sound weird, but it was just like, let me go with that. So it was like one of those things. Like it just kind of like clicked as soon as I saw it. So, but
I love the team name. I love the jerseys. There was another team named Phoenix probably like 8 or 9 years ago, and I think their team name was Phoenix because they were like a reincarnated team. Like they kind of split up a little bit. They started a new team, and they were saying like they were Phoenix, like rising from the ashes, like some Hogwarts shit. But I thought that was a cool meaning behind their team name.
yeah, see, I didn't know that there was. I actually saw another Phoenix jersey in Nationals, and I was like, wait a minute, did I steal a name? So I was just like, oh my god. But now I guess I did. I didn't even know.
I feel like at this point it is very tough to not steal a team name.
Yeah.
Like my team name for Sean's Meg League is Supersonics, which is literally an old NBA team. So I think at this point it's kind of tough to be original.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. All right. And if you feel comfortable answering this question, what was your draft strategy?
The way I went about this actually, since I picked my franchise, which was Kevin, Luis, and Michelle, I kind of let them actually pick the rest of the team. So I didn't really pick anybody. I think we all agreed on PJ Mike, but I think it was Kevin who suggested Ben Stolke, and we got him. And then actually, I owe a lot of credit to Michelle. She's the one who introduced me or like told me about Tenny and Sarah. And as you can see, they were like the biggest asset to our team. So I have to give her credit for that. I trusted her completely, and it was the right call. And same with Luis. He knew who Tenny and Sarah were too. So I kind of just let them pick the whole team, and then we all just agreed on PJ Mike. We wanted him, so and we basically got what we wanted. So
Nice. Two good additions for sure, along with Ben. All right. Next question. This question is for everyone. How has your team evolved from the first semi-pro tournament to the last? Why don't we start with Mike?
Okay. I feel like the biggest thing is the fact that feel like we all played together really at all before this. I mean, especially like Luis, especially Tenny, um, Michelle we played with a little bit, but yeah, I mean just Ben a little bit. But I feel like we haven't really played together before this. So I think as the tournaments have gone on, we've learned to trust each other more. Um, I believe ball control did get better as the tournaments went on. It's definitely a really big point of I feel like why we lost matches. But I think by the last tournament we really did kind of pull ball control a lot closer. Um, yeah, but I just think like in terms of coordination, we got a lot better as the tournaments went on.
Kevin?
Yeah. I think just the play calls. I think most of us were comfortable with the play calls or know what the play calls are. But I feel like there's a different play calls. Like some people call it split, some people call it
Oh yeah.
Dust.
the other one.
Odds
Yeah,
and evens?
just left. Yeah, yeah. So I think
Yeah.
there were a couple of things like that, but I think eventually we all kind of understood what was going on. And once we got into the flow of play calls and like team building, we got to the court, and I think most of the calls that we did were good. It's just like overall, I think as a team, we needed more time in the beginning to grow, but just because we were all away, I think it's just us three that are on Long Island, and then everyone else is not. So I think that part was a little bit difficult for us to work out, even like scheduling practices or working together as a team. But yeah.
Brenda?
Yeah, I kind of like to touch on what like Mike said. Like, even though we're all New York plus Ben, he's Connecticut, we all didn't really have much experience playing together. Like, even Michelle, like she's technically Long Island, but she's also like half the city. Like, she plays on both. So like, we just didn't have like that, I guess, experience that chemistry that we really needed. That took time to build up, and then obviously, with our attendance, it took a long time to build up, even longer. So, I think how we evolved is like we kind of went from, I don't want to say strangers, but we kind of were. We were like a team of strangers to being like an actual team that played well together. And I think we showed that in October. So I think that was just like our biggest thing.
I think that's like one of the biggest things, obviously, from I think you could tell from like last semi-pro season to the one before that one. Like, what, you have 7 tournaments, the last one being the finals, but you have like realistically like 6 tournaments to figure out what we can do well, what we can't, how we make adjustments, like who plays well in what corner. And some teams from beginning to end will figure it out. Others have a tougher time with attendance, but I think that's like the biggest thing for teams to really improve on.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Speaking of improvements, what's the biggest improvements your team made? Let's start with Kevin.
I think overall, ball control, that definitely one of them that we had to improve just because we were losing because of them. I think for me too, it took me a little while for me to get used to ball control. But after that, I think we did a pretty good job of keeping our pace and playing our own pace instead of the other team's pace.
Brenda?
Um, yeah, I would have to say ball control. Same thing. I was going to say the same thing. That was a really big issue with all of us, really. I don't think there was anybody who wasn't really like, I don't know. We were just always like throwing cannons. I don't know if we were like listening to each other at one point either, but I think eventually we kind of figured that out, and we started playing a lot better together. So
I think that gym too is just a little tough because it's smaller. There's people playing music. They have music playing. It's tough to hear, obviously, with that. Then with the wall ball, people get like a little upset if their teammate gives up the 5 balls, especially if you're like on the outside or on that playoff bubble and you're like, oh my god, bro, I can't believe you just threw that 5th ball again.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, I think that's the biggest thing for every team there.
Yeah, but also too with like wall ball, like even if I were to throw like a ball, I would always think in my mind like, oh, that ball's coming back, but which a lot of the times it was the case, but sometimes it wasn't. So that's when it would like kind of bite us in the ass there. But I mean, as time went on, we got better at that for sure.
Yeah. PJ Mike?
Yeah, I think ball control is kind of the key there. I mean, yeah, I think as Brenda said before, we all kind of took shots that we probably shouldn't have tried to keep, try to keep ball control. I think it was under the assumption, as she said, that you would probably get the ball back, but and then that doesn't happen, and then you have one ball left and your team dies. So, um, yeah, I think that was just the key there. So,
Yeah. All right. Next question. What was some of your team's strengths and what were some weaknesses? Let's start with Brenda.
I would say our strengths were. I kind of felt like we were very well rounded. You know, we had catchers, we had throwers, we had people that can dodge anything. You know, I think, yeah. I mean, I hope that's not like a very basic answer, but I just think the fact that we were very well rounded, like we had all the pieces together. It was just all about putting it together. Um, I think that was our strength. You know, we had Kevin has a great arm, Tenny has a great arm, Luis was great. You know, so I think, yeah, I just think we were all really well rounded, and I think that was our strength. Weakness, our attendance. I don't know, the fact that we never really had a full roster until we actually the only two we had a full roster was the very first one and the very last one. So there was a whole season where we just didn't have a full roster. But I mean, it happens. I get it. But I would say that was definitely our weakness, and maybe sometimes communication. I would say, but other than that, I think those were the main ones. So
Yeah, and obviously attendance kind of sucked for everyone, but I would say for your team specifically too, because that last one when you guys all showed up, like you could tell everyone's locked in, everyone's rowing in the same direction. Like you guys knocked out the team who literally finished in first for points for the season.
yeah, yeah.
All right, Kevin.
Um, yeah, biggest weaknesses, just people missing in our team. I think when we drafted, I think Lewis was supposed to be the corner for most of the games, just because we don't have a corner, and I'm not comfortable playing corner or not as back then. But I think people had to step up to be the corner. I think that was also a disadvantage just because we're not used to playing the corner. Um, I think overall, I think we did improve at the end, but just because people were missing, that really took down because of how we drafted the team and how it didn't work out when people were missing. I think overall strength was we were confident in our team itself. Even when we didn't make a couple of right choices, I think overall as a team we still believed in ourselves to make the next one right. I think that's one of our strengths.
And PJ Mike.
yeah, I would say probably our strengths were, like Brenda said, being well-rounded. And I feel like just having good vibes. I feel like even from the first tournament, everybody kind of got along. We like vibe together. Sometimes we got down, but I feel like we always kind of rose back up, and I think especially we were a very big momentum team. Like when we felt like we were kicking ass, we kicked ass, and yeah, I think shout out to Tenny. He's just always happy. He just brings the happiness to the team. So I think weaknesses, I mean, we said it like 5 times at this point, but ball control was definitely a weakness. Communication was a weakness, and I think we fixed a lot of that. Because I don't know if it was maybe August or July. I feel like we really started to like pass things down as like the gym was extremely loud, especially with the music. So there were a lot of times where people wouldn't hear the play calls. So um Yeah, and I think once we fixed the discrepancy in play calls too, I feel like our play calls were pretty on point.
All well said. All right, let's move on to a fun question. Superlatives. So superlatives for your team. Most likely to close out a 1v6.
Hmm. I'm gonna give that one to Sarah because I think she almost did, right? In
Yeah.
one of the tourneys, I don't know if she closed out at 1v5, but I think she was like really close, or maybe she did. I don't. It's honestly, I'm trying to remember the whole season. I don't remember everything, but
I feel like
I think we gotta go to her.
I don't remember. I think wasn't it this tournament she kind of did though? Or am I
Yeah.
not
Maybe.
remembering
Last
right?
one. Yeah, I was going to say Sarah's name too.
Yeah, I
I
think it's
think
gotta
last
be
one
her.
she did. Yeah.
She's just very calm under pressure, and she speaks for herself. Sarah's incredible. Yeah, I mean, it has to be her. It's gotta be her.
Good pick.
Yeah.
All right, biggest hype man slash woman.
Hmm.
I want to say Tenny, but
Yeah.
I just feel like he just gives the vibes.
Yeah, I think I gotta go with Tenny too.
I
He
agree.
he loves when we go caw because that was like one of our things, and he would always do it so extra. He'd be like caw like so. It's got to be Tenny, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Next one, most likely to sacrifice their body for a catch.
I think that's definitely Michelle.
Yeah, she sacrifices her body just to dodge. Like you're gonna tell me
I
that
would hear her fall
catches
down
body
and I flinch because it sounds like it hurts, but
I
yeah.
I always ask her how she does that, and she's just so nonchalantly like I just have padding and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, but you
she's made of
literally like
armor.
fall
I
onto
heard the
the
bones hit the
ground
floor,
like
yeah.
violently.
Yeah, no, it's got
But
to go to Michelle for that one.
That's a good one, yeah. But I feel like whenever she's the last one and she's just throwing her body around and she's got all the padding and
Yeah,
I
but
mean
she has all the extra room, so she can like when she's the last one there, she'll just like throw herself. But
that's true. Yeah, you got the whole court to yourself. All right. Team Clown.
mm,
I feel like most of us were pretty serious. I'm not
no,
gonna
I
lie.
wouldn't say we're all kind of quiet and serious. I mean, I'm gonna give this to Tenny, but not because I mean I think Tenny's funny, but the reason why I'm giving it to him is because I don't know if you've ever seen a Tenny crash out, but they're really funny. So
Penny
I'm gonna
crashes out.
yeah, like he'll do like a scream, but then he'll get over it in 2 seconds. But I know he's not trying to be funny, but I find it really funny.
Yeah.
wait. Did that happen during semi-pro?
I think it happened
Yeah,
like
one
one
time.
tourney, but I've also seen like a video of him doing it, and it's really funny. Like
Okay. Yeah, I could imagine that's probably really
I'm pretty
funny.
sure I've seen it at semi pro at least like once or twice. But I know
Okay.
there's also a video that he has of him doing that.
A mini crash out.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like we all have those. Like this weekend I had a very easy hit and then catch. And I went to go turn and I knew the ball was coming. And literally I had it in my hands. Then it hit my chest and I'm like going down as I'm catching it. Then it hits my knee and it's like laying on my stomach. Like I don't even have to fucking move. And it just rolls off of me and I like turn and I just punch the ground like 6 times. Not like super hard, but I'm like, bro, it was right there. What are you doing?
Yeah, I think we've all had those moments, but Tenny's is just it's funny watching him do it. I don't know.
Yeah. All right, and last one. Person most likely to wear blueberry chalk on the court.
What does that mean?
Well, doesn't Tenny have blueberry chalk?
The
Yes.
pink one.
Yeah.
I don't even
He
think
has
it's
pink chalk though
well.
too.
He has different colors. I've seen
Yeah.
pink and blue. Yeah.
This weekend he was in Dallas and he told me he combined them.
Oh no.
Purple.
Purple chalk.
Yeah, I love Tenny. All right, and last question. What were some changes in semi-pro that you liked slash didn't like from this season to last?
I
I
actually
have
didn't play last season, so I think I'm gonna sit this one out. But I mean, I know what I would want to see for next season, but I don't really know what it was like last season. So
Um, I think last season it went from 3 to 4 for the franchises, right?
No, it's always been four. So one of the
It's always
changes,
been 4.
yeah, one of the big changes was celebrity players. Last year you were allowed two. This year was you were allowed one.
you guys got two
Okay.
here? What? Oh wow.
Yeah.
One thing
I
I
think I,
sorry,
I think
go
that
ahead.
was sorry. Yeah, I think it was. I think that was kind of a good change though, because it's kind of at the end of the day, like it should be your team that wins. It shouldn't really be somebody else who comes in and then wins tournaments for you. But um, because I think at the end of the day, that's what people relied the celebrity player on.
Fair, yeah.
But um, yeah, I don't know what you're gonna say, Kev.
No, I was going to say one thing I didn't like about this season. I didn't play last season, but one thing I didn't like is the scheduling. There were, I think, a couple of leagues that we played one game and then maybe we lost, maybe we won, and we were like, okay,
Mhm.
we'll get the next one. We're pumped up, and then we hear the schedule and we're like, you're sitting three in a row, and then you're all
Mhm.
like cool down by the time you play the next one. You're like, oh, I don't know like how this is working out, but I feel like we've done three in a row, maybe like two or three times, and that kind of really annoys me a little bit. But I know we have limited teams and stuff like that, but I think that was one thing I was really that I didn't like about this season.
Yeah, that's a good pick because I remember like there was a time we were sitting for like over an hour. So it's
Yeah.
just it's not even like the whole like cooling down thing. It just gets boring. Like you just want to play and you can't because the schedule sucks. So that's a good one. Yeah.
I think the biggest difference was like I would. I mean, okay. Last season, I would say is the season we just played, but the season before that season, there's only 6 teams. Then they did the expansion, so like that gym was perfect for the amount of teams that we had in the league. And this year we had 8, so I feel like we're slowly outgrowing that gym. And maybe next year we move to the back. But I know that I think the last draft that we could have made like that Wednesday before we played, there was like 15 people in the draft pool. So honestly, I think next season you could have easily 9 teams, maybe even up to 10. So
Maybe even 10. Yeah.
yeah, so I think that gym will get outgrown. Maybe we'll have to move to the back. I mean, I'm not Sal or John Carlos, so I can't speak for them, but I think that would be a good change.
For sure.
Yeah. All right. That is it for recapping your team. Let's move on to questions from the people. Thank you to everyone who sent them in. There was a lot of last minute ones, and I did a good job of actually going through them. I have missed a few in the past, and yeah, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 questions. Are we
Wow.
ready?
Let's do it.
All right. First question from Kyle and Allison from Mike. Mike, I mentioned on my episode that I think that you are one of the best at keeping a team composed and on track. What goes into your thought process on how you get teammates / yourself to remain so calm during high intensity matchups?
That's a good question. I love Kyle and Big Al. But let's see. I think probably the most important thing to think is it's a game. So not to let it get to your head too much. And I think I want to say like showing other people to stay composed. Like if it's more like a peer pressure thing, if more people are composed on the team, then it's like it's more it's more like the other people should kind of try to stay composed too. Uh I would also say sometimes you need to repeat things 4 or 5 times for somebody to understand or hear you or whatever. So uh I think a few times when I was on the sidelines, I did do that. I was like, guys, we have 5 balls. We have 5 balls. Let's try to make a play or something like that. And I know other people would do that too on our team. But I think really just staying composed yourself, um, and kind of just not letting the game get to you and just showing people like, hey, it's a game at the end of the day. It's not the end of the world. Like, you just take what happens and you just learn from it. But yeah, I feel like that's how I can kind of keep people composed on a team.
That's a good point. One of my biggest pet peeves in dodgeball, especially as a captain, is watching other captains crash out, yell, swear at their teammates, spike balls, like cheat, because you are the captain. You are leading your team by example. So exactly to your point, like if you're on the court and you're remaining calm, your team should be calm too. But if I'm on the court and I'm yelling and I'm swearing and I'm cheating and my team is doing the same thing, I can't get mad at them because like it's like I'm their dad and I'm showing them like, hey guys, this is fine to do. Like, no, it's not. Like, don't do that.
It also just like looks bad too when captains do that, you know.
Biggest pet peeve.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, next question. Another question from Kyle and Allison for Brenda. Brenda, you always seem to be sponging up information from other players to help you further your game. If you could sit with a few players and listen to them at length talk dodgeball, would you be eager to hear? Oh, I'm sorry. Who would you be eager to hear from?
Oh, that's a good one. They're right. I do like to sponge up a lot of information. I always want to learn things. I just want to keep getting better. So, who would I would probably go with Giancarlo, and probably be people that have been playing for like a long time. So it's got to be probably Gio. I've learned a lot from him. He's one of the people that I think's taught me the most. Noah's another one I would love to sit down with and talk to. And then the only other person I could think of off the top of my head, probably Bo. I think Bo is solid, and I think he knows a lot. And he's somebody I've been wanting to play with. Like I need to play with Bo. Like I wanna learn from him. So yeah. I would say those three are probably the top three people I would love to like sit down with and really like pick their brain.
All good picks. All right, and last question from Kyle and Allison for Kevin. Kevin, you have made noticeable improvements to your dodging ability and have made yourself such a harder out. What have you worked on behind the scenes to get to that next level?
Yeah, it's I think mostly identifying what I'm weak at. I feel like I always hear out people when they tell me, "Oh, you should do this or you should do that." I always take that into consideration, and the videos also help a lot. I would review it and think about, "Oh, I did this, and I got out. What should I have done instead to to have survived or something like that?" So yeah, the videos help out, and also I've been going to the gym a little bit more and working out like your legs just to move out of the way and stuff like that does help a little bit. But yeah, I think all three of that did help me improve the semi pro. Yeah.
All right, next question. Question from Amanda for all. Who was your favorite team to play, be it for vibes and or competition?
I would say Squabble Up.
Yeah, I think Squabble Up for vibes, Squabble Up for competition. I would say Impact. Yeah.
For
Okay.
competition, I would say Ace of Spades, but I guess like the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say Squabble Up definitely for the vibes. Randy is crazy on the court. And I think for competition, I want to say serious, honestly.
It's a good one. All right, another question from Amanda. Do you guys have a favorite moment of the season?
I remember, I think it was last one or the one before. Michelle was the last player on court, and then she got a catch. And then I think that was like the final catch for that round. And then we won that round. I think that was really great because I think it was like 2v1 or something. And then she got that one person out, and then she got a catch. And then I think that was a really great moment because I was not expecting a catch. She just caught it, and then she fell to the ground like she normally does. But that was a really great moment.
I think I remember that. I think that was against Sauce, was it? Is that the
Yeah, I
one?
think so.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyone else?
Um, Honestly, I really love the whole tournament in October. I feel like I don't know if I have a favorite
There
moment.
were a
That
lot of memorable moments in October. I
yeah, I
remember
think my best
when,
days were in October.
yeah, I mean, besides Sarah's like 1v5, I think one of the craziest ones was when Tenny was the last one to have a ball and he went in the middle and they couldn't I think the first time they couldn't get him out and he caught a ball and then he did it again. I don't remember if he caught another time, like that second time, but I know he was definitely close to at least. And it was kind of crazy just watching him like sit right there in front of him and do that.
Oh wait, also Mike too, you had a really good catch. I think that was one of my favorite moments. I was right next to you and Robbie threw at you and you caught it from the middle and it like popped up and then you kind of just like lunged while having a ball in your hand, I think. Do you remember that catch in October?
Yeah, I remember that catch.
Yeah. That one
I
was
think I pile drived into the
yeah,
ground
like
to
I don't
catch it.
honestly I don't know how you caught that. It was amazing, but I think that was especially because like I was right next to you, so I saw like how that whole thing went down. It was that was ridiculous. That was good.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, next question. Question from John Gatlin. What's a lesson each of you learned playing as a team this semi-pro?
I would say trusting your corner, or if you're playing corner, trusting your middles. Whenever I play middles, I just expect my corner to throw at whoever throws at me or like counter if they see it. But just trusting your team overall, I think that is a great lesson that I learned. I usually play as an individual player, but yeah, just knowing that your team got your back is a really great feeling.
Yeah. I think for me it would be like being being able to adapt and be willing to adapt. So like, we're like our team is like I mentioned before, half city, half Long Island, but like, Tenny, Sarah, they're more cloth players. They have different play styles. Luis too, I believe. And then we're like all foam. So I think like the biggest thing was just being able to take all those different like skill sets and just being able to adapt. I think that was the biggest lesson learned. Also another lesson that I personally learned, do not try to jump off a wall because you might end up going through a door in a parking lot. If you know, you know. That's all I'm going to say.
I totally forgot that happened, and I forget who, but someone brought it up on the Squabble Up recap. And
Oh,
while we're
yeah, I heard.
recording, Big Al sent it to me, and I watched it.
It was funny. It was funny. I don't take offense to anybody who's laughed at that. Anybody who has that video, it's funny. It's all good. But yeah,
All
don't
right.
jump off.
Yeah, don't do it. At least not into a door.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's another thing too. Like, there's so much wall. Like, I don't even. Why did I jump on the door? Like, I don't.
And PJ and Mike.
Um, I think a couple of things. One of them was the fact that sometimes you really do need to yell over the gym, like to get something across. It was very loud. I feel like it was louder this season than last season. Like especially because there were like basically two more teams. So, um, I feel like another thing was trying not to throw too high. I remember just seeing so many balls just getting stuck in the nets or I think we lost a ball at the last in October. Like it just went into the ether at the back and it was not recoverable. So
Did Randy throw
um
it?
I was thinking,
I don't think it was Randy,
yeah,
surprisingly.
I think it
I don't
was
think it
our
was
team.
Randy. Yeah, it might have been our team.
I think it's someone blocked it and then it went behind the vent or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, damn.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Next question. We got a bunch from John Carlo. First question from him. For all, do you guys plan on traveling more after getting more competitive experience in semi-pro and the USA tour last year?
I plan on traveling more for sure. Yeah.
I wouldn't say immediately, like for the rest of the year, maybe like till March. I'm a little busy, but yeah, I do want to travel more overall. I think that's a fun experience.
Yeah, I would say I do want to travel more, but I don't know if I'm really ready to go to a whole bunch of different like states far away from New York. Like for Connecticut, Philadelphia, um I think that's cool, and I definitely go to those types of tournaments more. But it's just a lot to like travel somewhere. Um, so honestly, shout out to people who like commit to it. I don't think honestly, I don't think I could ever really do it. So, uh, but I definitely do want to go to more like local-ish tournaments, like within driving distance for sure.
Okay, I feel that. I feel like if you were to travel to any tournament, I would definitely go to nationals because there's so many different ball types. You meet people from all the way across the country. People from Canada come down, but kind of just like what you said, like a lot goes into it, like buying a flight, figuring out where you're staying, who you're staying with, Airbnb or hotel, food. If you have a family, like you're sacrificing your time away from like I just was in Dallas for 4 days. So like every night I'm like looking at pictures of my wife and kids. So it's a lot of sacrifice, but I will say that I would definitely try to go to nationals because it's very eye opening, I feel like, for a lot of people.
Yeah, I remember last year I was going to go to nationals. We got to the airport and of course we were flying Spirit, so it got canceled and that was that.
Oh, I remember
Out of
that.
what, LaGuardia?
No, it was Newark.
Oh, okay. I feel like
Yeah.
anyone who flies out of like LaGuardia, like all their flights get delayed or canceled or thunderstorms or whatever.
Yeah, no, it was actually really bad because it got delayed like two times. And then while we were on our way there, we just got like, okay, it's canceled, and then that's it.
Yeah. And there were a lot of people on your flight, if I remember that correctly, right?
Yeah, well, it was me, Kyle, Luis, and Dylan, I think. I think Jordan was supposed to be on that flight too.
Yeah. Jordan was another one, yeah.
I
Yeah.
believe Randy was on it and he said he had to buy like two other flights and he made it to nationals, but I think he showed up on the second day.
That's
Yeah.
kind of bad.
Oh, really? I don't, oh, okay. I didn't know Randy was on that flight too. Yeah, but yeah, it was tragic. I was like, okay, well, that sucks. So.
The one good thing about the Connecticut airports is I feel like the flights don't get canceled or delayed, but it is pricey and there's almost no direct flights to a lot of the major cities that we play dodgeball in. All right, next question for Brenda, again from John Carlo. In my eyes, you were one of the most improved players within the Long Island community over the past year. Outside of playing more, is there anything you have done that has helped attribute to this?
Well, thank you, Gio. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I do like a little bit of everything, try to improve. So like something I'll do like on like the warmer days, I'll do some target practice, I'll throw weighted balls, stuff like that. I strength train a little bit more now to try to make me a little bit stronger. That and then another thing that I think has helped me a lot, and this is something I've learned from just watching people. I jump a lot now. I get low. I dodge a lot better. I mean, I think one of my weaknesses was staying alive, and I think that's one of the most important things in dodgeball. So I think the biggest thing that I just did in my game was just get low when you need to get low, get high when you need to get high, and just try to survive. Deal with the rest later. You know, you can always catch a ball later, get people out later. Just try to survive like the round. So.
All right, next question from PJ Mike. PJ Mike, tell us about the origins of the name PJ Mike. And as someone who works out a lot, did your workout structure change when you started playing more dodgeball?
So PJ Mike came from the first season I played LI Kick, and I want to say I don't remember if it was the first or second week, but I just showed up in pajama pants and I just played like that. And I think people just eventually just started calling me PJ Mike. I never really did it during semi-pro because it was not cold out, sadly. But yeah, that's kind of where that came from. For my workout structure, it hasn't really changed due to dodgeball. I think the one thing I did add to try to prevent injuries is I've added a lot more rotator cuff and shoulder exercises. And it's gotten to the point where I don't throw as hard as when I first started playing dodgeball again. But when I first started playing dodgeball again, I probably was pretty close to like tearing a muscle. So, and probably potentially even getting surgery. It got so painful. So I kind of learned to control the ball more, and adding those exercises in has helped me increase like my relative speed I can throw and not feel much pain doing it. So I think I think really like if people want to try to prevent pain when they're throwing, I think really if you do, I wouldn't say super intense rotator cuff exercises, but if you do rotator cuff exercises and just overall shoulder exercises, it really does kind of help. So,
I totally agree with that. As someone who had a lot of shoulder issues, still kind of do on my left shoulder now. But yeah, warming up is really key. Like if you need to relax on a tennis ball, roll around on the wall, get those stretches in, especially like internal along with external, obviously. Um, but yeah, just keeping those shoulders warm. All right, next question again from Giancarlo for Kevin. Kevin, I noticed you started recording more in leagues. Thank you for doing that and giving players more opportunity to watch film. Plug your YouTube here so people can watch it.
Yeah, I always post our games on YouTube. It's at Grim hyphen 17 GRYM. Yeah, I've been posting more consistently, and I'm glad more people can watch it. It definitely helps me improve and watch my gameplays. But yeah, go ahead and check it out.
Yeah, no, shout out to Kevin for doing that for Phoenix. And you're also very quick to upload it too. Like
yeah,
I'll literally go
that's
on
what I
and
was
it's
gonna
already
say. He's
there.
on
Like
point with it.
I'm
He's
like,
very on
how do
point.
you do it so fast? But no, shout out to you and thank you for doing that for Phoenix too, by the way.
Of course, thank you.
Hell yeah. Shout out anyone that records. It's tough sometimes to upload it, especially in a timely manner. I won't name names, but there's people who will upload something like a month and a half later. And I'm like, bro, there's no point now. Like, I'm so curious, but you're a month and a half late. But yeah, shout out Kevin. All right, one last question for Kevin from Giancarlo. Talk about your mindset as you've been playing more middle. Is there anything, any movement wise that you've done or adjustments to make your throw compared to playing corner?
Um, I think after playing corner for so long, my arms are a little bit more adjusted to throw one way than the other. I think playing middle kind of helped me out, balance it out a little bit more. The main reason I did move to middle is I know I suck at dodging, and that's one improvement that I needed to make. And playing middle without a ball really does force you to move around a lot, and that really has helped me dodge more compared to like playing just corner. And even when I move to corner now, I can dodge a little bit more because I'm comfortable doing that movement. But yeah, footage and everything does help do that.
All right, and we have two late questions from Big Al. First one for Kevin. If it's not too late, Kevin, your playing has seemingly become a lot more well-rounded, and I've noticed you wanting to play corner more often than you used to. What other goals do you have for the future?
Yeah, that's a good observation. Yeah, like I said, I moved to the middle because I want to dodge and stuff like that. The next goal I have to do is get more catches. I've been trying to do that during a practice games, but yeah, catching is one thing that I do really need to improve, and that's what I'll be focusing on.
All right, and last question for all three. Uh, I know the season didn't pan out maybe as well as you guys had hoped, but you were still always such gracious and fun opponents to go up against. What is something you liked about semi-pro / your team this year, and what's something that you hope to see improve for next year? Hope you all join semi-pro again next year too. Heart.
This is from Allison.
Yeah, Big Al. Yep.
Big Al.
Love Al. I'm sorry. She said, "What are some things we liked?" Is that what she's?
Yeah, some things you guys like, some things that you guys didn't like about semi-pro, and then some things you liked about your team.
Well, about the team, like I loved playing with everybody on the team. You know, especially I had Kevin and PJ Mike on my side, who I'm close with, and you know, I would say everybody on my team I really enjoyed. I actually do. I meant to do this earlier. I do want to take a moment to show some recognition to Ben. I mean, this guy, he's actually pretty injured, more injured than people think. Like he needs surgery in I think December. So the fact that he still showed up in October from Connecticut and played as well as he did, like I got to give him credit for that. Like I like when people push their body to their limits, and I saw just that with Ben. So I just want to do that really quick. But I mean, yeah, I liked semi pro. I mean, obviously, like it would have been better to win a little bit more, but I think it was a learning process for all of us. So I do like that we were learning and improving. Anything I disliked? I mean, wall ball was annoying. Um, Scheduling was annoying, but I mean, other than that, yeah, no. For the most part, I really enjoyed it and I had fun, and I will be back next year.
Love to hear it. Anyone else?
Um,
Um,
so one thing I did
yeah.
like about this team this year is I did see Brenda play corner for the last couple of games. I think that was a really good choice. A little bit more leadership from her throughout the season. One thing I would like to improve, I think our team really did have a great team structure. It's just missing players, but I feel like if we had more consistency in terms of like attendance, I think that would have been a really great thing for us, or just improvement for the team overall. But yeah, I think those are my thoughts.
I
PJ
would
Mike?
say, yeah, I would say honestly, in terms of our team, again, like just the vibes, I never really felt like there was really any drama. Um, and I think just the fact that when everybody was on the court, like they did kind of give it their all, especially when somebody was like last standing or whatever. It was always like a high effort from everybody. So, also, yeah, shout out to Ben, the fact that he did actually show up and play like he did, considering he's going to get surgery in like a month. So, yeah, that's crazy to me. But and I think, I mean, the most annoying things about semi-pro were, like Brenda said, wall ball and scheduling. Um, and I think just honestly, like all the teams' attendance, because it was like every tournament, it was almost like you were facing a different team sometimes. So, I don't know. And I guess just overall playtime, because the fact that we had 8 teams in like the same amount of time span, I think, as last season. So, it kind of felt like you would play for like less than an hour, and then you're on to like the out of round robin and just going into the finals. So
Yeah, I could agree with that. I think the scheduling, again, with like the amount of teams and just kind of outgrowing that, not that venue, but that gym itself, maybe next season move to the back. But yeah, I mean, there was like a few, I think there was at least one, if not two, where they made the games longer, which was cool. And then also D League, I thought was really cool. So like if people coming from Connecticut or Massachusetts wanted to take advantage, like they can play, for anyone who doesn't know what D League is, they have D League beforehand, then they had semi-pro. So I did 3 D leagues where I came down, played with 3 different teams, some people that I never got an opportunity to play with to get more playing time in. But yeah, I think you guys hit everything right on the head.
oh yeah, I did want to add, I think the one tournament, didn't they have like a girls play tournament afterwards?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, that was kind of cool to see though. Like
but the
I think
girls
it was
play.
cool to add something in like that. But yeah.
Yeah. Shout out LI Kick. They do a lot of cool stuff like let the girls play. They do the Midnight Madness tournament. They have the Secret Santa tournament coming up. Hashtag ad. You can still sign up if you want. I believe the date is December 1st. That is the registration end date. But yeah, did it last year. Kevin, we won last year.
Oh yes, yeah, we did. I still have the trophy right here.
Hell yeah. It's actually a sick trophy.
Here.
But you all get a trophy? That's so
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah. Oop.
Yeah, there you go.
There
Yeah,
you
it's
go.
a sick trophy.
Yeah, it says LI Kick Secret Santa You can't see it. Damn it.
Oh, yeah, kind of. Yeah, right there.
Yeah, we see
Yeah.
it.
That was nice.
Sick.
Yeah. We also won the D League, the first one, the first D League of the season. Like semi pro. Me and
What
you.
was your team?
Weren't you on my team?
Mm-mm.
Who did I play with? But I did win it. I think it was with Justin. The
Was it
very
Justin, Tenny, Derek, Sarah?
Yeah, I thought that
no,
was a later one.
no, like I think the first one that the first one of the season, I think we won. I didn't play anything after that. Maybe one or two, but we didn't win.
Okay. Yeah, next year, I mean, I assume that D League's still going to be a thing. I think it was a huge success, but I would like to play in all of them next year if possible, and then just kind of hop around from team to team. And like my goal, obviously, is to win. But at the end of the day, it's to have fun and get the opportunity to play with newer players. That is it, though. Thank you guys for hopping on. Do we have any closing thoughts / shout outs?
I would shout out to Noah. I know Allison and Kyle were on it, but I'll shout out them again, and Kevin Kimmick.
I'll shout out all the out of state people. Nutmeg, what is it? Philly Dodgeball, Boston. I'm sure I'm missing a bunch of other ones. New York City, like, you guys make semi-pro fun. Keep coming. I hope you guys join next year. But thank you guys for traveling. Thank you guys for having good attendances when you could. I know it's hard, but you guys made semi-pro a lot of fun. So. Oh wait, and shout out the Romance Pod and Ryan for having us.
Appreciate it. PJ
I want
Mike.
to say shout out to everybody who actually came and played when they had injuries. That's it's quite a commitment to come and do. And I think it kind of shows your commitment to the game. But I would say anybody who does do that, try to recover afterwards so you're not permanently out of it.
I can agree with that. I am taking off a few tournaments, so unfortunately, I don't think I'll be doing Secret Santa. I would like to, but there's some stuff I got to take off to get better. But yeah, take care of your body, people. It's important. My shout outs, obviously, shout out Jalen Brunson, shout out Twisted T. Knicks are playing the Grizzlies right now. I have been multitasking. I'm not gonna lie. Knicks are up almost 20. Shout out Nutmeg. We are having our playoffs tomorrow. So if you're watching this, I will be posting this sometime Wednesday morning. Check out the channel at 6 o'clock. We will be live streaming. We'll have a obviously live stream with commentary. And then this weekend on Saturday, some of you guys are coming up, but Nutmeg is having their second ever turkey takedown. Shout out to Sean that is hosting it. We are also live streaming it from my channel, but shout out Angel because he has been in Streamlabs and him and I have been cooking some stuff up. So we will have graphics for this actually. We will have people on stream commentating. We will have a camera on them. So we have a lot of stuff in the works. I guess I'll say this now because this will be posted tomorrow, but I will be posting a link, whether it is on the Nutmeg channel or my personal channel. But we actually already have a Google Sheet where people can sign up if they want to commentate. The only thing I will ask is please check the schedule and make sure you are not playing and then you sign up for commentating because you can't do both. But I'm excited for everyone that shows up.
Yep. I'm excited for it. I'll see you Saturday, Ryan.
See you Saturday. All right, one last question. Where can people find you on social media? Brenda.
I'm only on Facebook and Instagram. My Instagram is brenda.gonz with two Z's, so Gonzz, and then 2 underscores. Gonzalez is way too common, so I can't put my whole name, but that's where you'll find me on Instagram.
Kevin.
Mine is Kevin Sanio. Kevin and Saniyo. I don't use Facebook that much, so if you message me, I probably won't see. Even Instagram, I do it on my laptop. So, but yeah, mostly on Instagram.
PJ Mike.
I would say mostly just Facebook. I've only set that up to where if somebody needs to like contact me, they can like through a message. Otherwise, I mean, I do have an Instagram. I think it's Mikey Ski Ska, but I don't really use it. to be honest. I've tried to move away from all social media, but if anybody needs to get into contact with me, I do have notifications on Facebook for messages. So
Cool. Sounds good. Link will be in the description. I have been on that like the last 2 weeks, so I will continue doing that. That is it, though, guys. Thank you for hopping on.
thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Anytime. Peace.
Bye, guys.
Peace.